I'm a recruiter and I review your resumes. The resume we have up first is an AI engineer. And I want to let everybody know I do more than tech, but right now the tech market is, and most of the resumes that are sent to me are tech. So what we need for an AI engineer is the following. We need AI, LLM, NLP, Python, or C or Java with a preference for Python. You can get one with C or Java, but Python is usually the one you want to be preferenced with. Agile, systems or architecture design of AI. Agentic, LangChain, Crew, MCP, A2A, or generative AI such as RAG, or ML frameworks such as TensorFlow and PyTorch. Then I put MCP twice for some reason. Git or GitHub APIs, just designing APIs, right? Doesn't matter what type, I just need to see that you designed them. Cloud, NumPy, R, MATLAB, SDL. Actually, I think that should be removed. MATLAB doesn't really matter. SDLC, CI/CD, DevOps, explaining stuff to non-technical people, and nice to have is SDKs. You need 75% of those, and those cannot be in a skills section. So there is a misconception that recruiters hunt for keywords. This is false. We hunt for qualifications. So this is a keyword. This is a skill that the hiring team needs. A recruiter is not looking for these. We are looking for these in full sentences that say what you did, so that would be the keyword, how you did it, the reason and result of you using it, and where you did it. If you do not have those 4 things, you do not get considered because those make a qualification, and that is what we're actually hunting. This resume is bad. I know this because they told me their ratio. If your resume is getting 1 interview per 50 applications, it's fine. It's a C- resume. Could be better, but it's good enough. But anything above 50 applications to 1 interview is terrible. And this person, it takes him over 150 applications to get an interview. And if you follow my method, you actually get you get a 7-to-1 ratio. So the average people that follow my method, for every 7 applications they send, they get 1 interview. There is an exception for internationals, which is 30-to-1 to 100-to-1 because it's just that tough. And fully remote roles, which is 1 in 40. So that is the ratio I can give you. But this person has 150 plus, so this is a terrible one. So 20 seconds on the clock. That's the only amount of time that recruiters have. If we spend more than that, we get fired. So can I find this stuff in 20 seconds? No, because it's a bad resume. So, and go. Okay, don't care about that. Don't care about this. Architected fast API, don't care. With SQL, don't care. On AWS, I do care, but not RDS. Processing, don't care. Nothing matters except for PyTorch. That was fine. Redis, don't care. NVIDIA Triton, don't care. Don't care except for APIs. And time. That's it. That is it. This person had nothing I needed. The only thing I saw was AWS and APIs. I actually did not see any AI. This person is trying to go for an AI engineer with 0 AI. All right, I am an international student. Oh boy, this would not work for a non-international, much less an international. So first things first, you need to use this formatting. This is the formatting that actually matters. The link to that is below in the description of this video. This is how you write it. Every single person needs this, with the exception of high level managers and job hoppers. Unless you are a high level manager or director or a job hopper, you need this format. I don't care if you're a barista, an intern, and a software engineer, or an accountant. It works for everybody. So what we need to do is delete this and start again. So first off, again, nothing counts in the technical skills section. Nothing. Second, why I don't know what this certificate is or why it matters. Third, you need to tell me where you're located. Relocating is a giant red flag. You need to tell me your location, and if you are moving and you're planning on applying to remote roles or roles outside of your state, you need to state moving to X by Y date, can move earlier if needed, and you need to put it right here. Then we go down to the actual bullets, and there's nothing here I need. Again, architected is fine, but why do I care about PostgreSQL? Why do I care about RDS? Why do I care about image flow? Why do I care about UNet? I do care about PyTorch, but there's nothing else in that sentence, so that one doesn't count. Why do I care about Redis? I don't. Why do I care about NVIDIA Triton? I don't. Why do I care about PyTest? Is PyTest actually one of the ones I needed? No, don't care about PyTest. Temperamental JGare, don't care about that. Engineered Go crawlers. Yeah, there's no AI here. There it is, RAG. You're applying for an AI role, and the only thing you have in AI is here. So I am going to use this metaphor, and this is the best metaphor I can describe why this resume is garbage. I want you to imagine that you are hungry, right? You're on your lunch break. You got 30 minutes. You're hungry. You're like, I want a hamburger. So you go to Headless Hamburger's Shack, right? Headless Hamburger Shack, known in the tri-state area of the smallest burgers. So you go there to Headless Headhunter's Shack, and you're like, I want a cheeseburger with pickles and ketchup and onions. And they're like, okay. And they say, okay, cheeseburger with pickles, ketchup, and onions. And they say, yep. They say, okay. You say, good. So they go in and they bring you back a hot dog. And you're like, what? Why? Why did you bring me a hot dog? They say, this is what you wanted. You say, no, it's not. I wanted a cheeseburger with pickles and ketchup. They say, well, a hot dog has buns, just like a hamburger. A hot dog has meat, just like a hamburger. A hot dog has ketchup and cheese and onions and pickles, just like a hamburger. And they say, so this is exactly what you wanted. You wanted this hot dog. And you would look at them like they were crazy, and you would not pay, and you would walk away. And that is the exact same problem that most resumes have, is they fill their resume with hot dogs. So what you did is you filled your resume with architected fast API microservices and PostgreSQL and 1,000 daily inference requests for medical and fine-tuned UNet model on 1,000 CT scans. And none of that is relevant. None of that is a hamburger. All of that is a hot dog. And you can look at job descriptions. I get these job descriptions from like, this is what people actually want. It's this stuff, not what's here. And rule number 3 of your resume is you cannot imply anything. If it's implied that you have X, you don't have it. And the recruiter that does not follow that is another recruiter that gets laid off, that gets fired. So I need you to go back to the drawing board. I need you to delete everything here, because there's literally nothing I can use to move you forward. We're not I would challenge you, right? Anybody, find a job description and post it in the comments that specifically says you need to have achieved a 98.2% accuracy in classifying cardiac arrhythms from high frequency ECG representations to get a job. You will never find a job description that says that. You know what you will find a job description that says? Must have used agile and agentic systems. That's what you find. And I don't see a single one of those. This person is struggling not just because they're an international. They're struggling because there's nothing on this resume. This entire resume might as well be blank. They submitted a giant blank piece of paper. There's like nothing here. I think I saw Claude and stuff like down here, like out of the corner of my eyes. Let's see here, right? Developed a geospatial. Yeah, this is okay. This is your only sentence that's almost okay. And again, you still have junk here like semantic queries and data sets and Go and microservices. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for this. And anything that is not this is a hot dog. And if you give me a hot dog, I will walk away. And that is the exact same problem. And so would you. If you were looking for a hamburger and they gave you a hot dog, you would walk away. And that's what you're giving. That's the problem. So it's kind of all I can do for this resume, because there's really not much else. But if you want to get more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlesshedhunter. That is where I get these, and that is where I help people out a little bit more than I can just on, the resume. And thank you very much for liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate it. And I want to give an extra special thanks to my members who get access to videos a little bit early. If you want to join, the link is below. Thank you very much for supporting me. I am a small channel, and I really appreciate your support. So thank you very much. And now let's go to the next resume to get you all a job. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. So what we need for full stack is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React, React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL or NoSQL, RESTful API, REST API, Cloud, CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for AI, architecture, extra language, and DevOps and GraphQL. So this person has a unknown ratio, because this is, I think they haven't started setting this out yet. So 20 seconds on the clock. Can we find what we need? And go. Okay. Degree, good. Use TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, Angular, build a visualization of reporting features for trend analysis. Okay. Implement S using Node.js JavaScript queries. Okay, good. CI/CD pipeline and using, okay, perfect. Collaborative cross-functional environment using Teams. I don't know if Jira is needed. Okay, good. Is there anything I'm missing? I actually think this is a pass. You don't need to say relocating, just say moving, right? Just say moving to X and Y. Also, I feel like Oh, that's the small issue. So this font right here should be the same font as this stuff. So this right here is 12 fonts. This right here should be 10.5. Also, there should not be too much of a gap between here. You need to remove one space. But otherwise, I think this is good. Is there anything here I'm missing? Let me see. Third time feedback, not use this version roulette, incorporated your skills. Is there anything here I'm actually missing? Build a data visualization reporting feature for... Actually, weirdly enough, I want a little bit more here. I want to know a little bit more about what you did here. Like what industry it is, what was the feature about, like why did you use the feature? But everything else I think is good. I think you have one or two hot dogs, right? Like, I don't know if I really need Terraform, right? And these can probably be combined. So you could say, built a CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Actions to reduce deployment time and collaborate cross-functionally in an agile environment. Because you already did Git here. To translate user requirements to technical. So again, I think these should be combined. And I don't know if this matters. Docker might. But otherwise, I think this is solid. I've got a little bit of a migraine right now, but I can't really actually think of anything else that I would need here. I just weirdly enough, now that you've like pared down what you don't need, I just need a little bit more context. And I don't think you need 5 bullet points. I think you could do this in 4. Because this is the stuff that I need. So let me look to see what I don't have, right? Let's see what I don't have. So TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, perfect. We got your degree, good. Do I have React? I don't think I have React. Do I have Node? I don't have Node. I do have Angular, which is good. I don't have Next.js. No, I did see Node. Node is in the second one. Good. Then we have SQL. I don't... Nope, there it is. There's SQL. Perfect. I did see RESTful API. You have Cloud up top, but you don't have it in there, so that's okay. You do have CI/CD and Git. You do have Python. So yeah, this would pass. This would pass. I just need you to tighten it up a little bit and fix the formatting up top a little bit. But again, overall, I'm being very nitpicky. I think this is a pass. I'm trying to think if there's anything else this could really need. And I don't really see it. Just maybe a little bit more. In fact, yeah, unless you're applying for leadership roles, I think this is good. I like it. Good job. Next resume. This is a Java engineer. So back-end software engineer. So what we need in a Java engineer is Java, Spring, Spring Boot, Maven, SDLC, SQL, RESTful APIs, or REST APIs, microservices, CI/CD, object-oriented programming, OOP, Git, Linux, Unix, Agile, Scrum, cloud, architecting, or systems. And Hibernate, Docker, Kubernetes, and Kafka, and those other stuff is rare. Also, I want to let everybody know I am a US-based recruiter. I have gotten people jobs outside the US. I've gotten people jobs in Canada, Mexico, UK, EU, Africa, and I think Singapore. It might have been Singapore. And so my advice does work outside the US, but with the caveat that it's not a one-to-one. So it should be good enough to get you an interview, but there are going to be one or two things that are going to be a little bit different, and the keywords themselves may be different as well. So this person has no interviews. It's over 150 applications to get a single interview, so this is a bad resume. So let's see what we can do to fix it. And again, I will be only judging this as if they were applying in the US, because that's the market I know. So 20 seconds on the clock, and go. Okay, formatting is bad. Language is good. Implemented in Avaya. What is that? SDK is okay. For outbound routing connection, don't really care. Develop Java, good. Spring, good. Thymelease, don't care about. MySQL, MS SQL, don't care about. ETLs, don't care about. 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 And don't care about. All right, declined. I mean, you filled your resume with hot dogs. Like, that is the problem with this. There's like one or two things here I actually want. So first off, remember, please, please, please use this formatting. This is the formatting you want to do. Second off is when you've got this stuff, I need you to be very focused on what you want. Because, like, why do I care about Avaya? What is that? I don't know. Why do I care about SDK? You are not a AI engineer. You're a back-end Java developer. I don't necessarily care about SDK. And if I do care about SDK, it is a nice to have. It is not a good thing. So you want that deeper in your resume. And then the rest of this sentence, there's nothing here I can use. Then Java, which should be capitalized, I believe. Spring is good, but then you ruin it by saying Thymeleaf and MSS SQL. So most any SQL works, but I'm going to actually be a little bit pickier. SQL, MySQL, NoSQL. If it's not one of those, it doesn't count. Is MS SQL one of those? Maybe, but we don't know that. And remember, if JavaScript is different than Java, then guess what? MS SQL can be different than SQL. But MySQL is fine. And then the rest of it, again, is I don't care about this. 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 ETL is not something I'm looking for. I don't know what SYS is. SQL Server integration I need. And the rest of this, I don't need, and I don't need, I don't need. Where is the Maven? Where is the SDLC? Where is the RESTful APIs or REST APIs or microservices or CI/CD? Where's the object-oriented programming? Where's the Git, the Linux, the Unix, the Agile, the Scrum, the cloud? You really want cloud. Where's the architecting or the systems work? Where's Hibernate or Docker or Kafka? I don't see any of that, and that is why you're having a problem. Like, yes, I am sure you're having an issue because you need immigration services in Germany, but a bigger issue is the fact that, assuming this was US-based, is there's nothing here I actually need. Like, where is any of the relevant information? It's entirely hot dogs. And remember, you don't get a job through hot dogs. Now, I do want to point out something that I do like. Right? So again, if you say authorized to work, I need to know how are you authorized to work. I do like, though, that you like this. Although my big issue here is the fact that you only have a B1 in German. If anything, I probably wouldn't mention that because that doesn't sound as good as a C. Maybe there's just a lack of my understanding of the actual like grades of this, but that kind of implies you can't really proficiently speak German, and that's not a good thing. Which, is there anything else here I don't need? So yeah, you need to delete this and start again. Like, is there stuff here that people can find in your resume? Yeah. In fact, I now out of the corner of my eye saw SDLC. The problem is no one's going to get all the way down to here until they finally get to the thing they want. No one's going to scroll all the way down to here until they see it. It's not how that works. We get 20 seconds. That's all we have. You need to be razor focused on the job title that you want, because right now this is just irrelevant. It's a bunch of hot dogs. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a data engineer. So what do we need from a data engineer? We need Python, ETL or ELT, SQL, Cloud, DataX, so data models, data lakes, Snow, Snowflake, Snowpipe, Snowsite, ability to manage and communicate technical plans to non-technical people, meet technical deadlines, meet multiple deadlines, DevOps, big data, so Kafka, Spark, Hadoop, the industry, and MS Office and AIML. This person says they have a great ratio, but I don't think it's true because they did not tell me anything about it. And sometimes people randomly write to me, they just put a random number in because like they think, I don't know why. You need to actually tell me this information. This is what actively helps me. If you do not give me enough information, if you give me a fake number and no information, all you're doing is hurting yourself. I need more information. Recruitment is very, very much a specific thing, and the more info, the better. I'd rather you overtell me than undertell me. So I'm assuming this is a bad resume, and the ratio is not correct, but maybe I'm wrong. So 20 seconds on the clock. Can I find what I need? And go. This formatting is abysmal. This doesn't count. SQL is good, and Python is good. Don't care because you didn't tell me what kind of cloud. Don't care. Okay, yeah, this is a bad resume. You tell me absolutely nothing. Maybe this is a phenomenal industry in Wales. That's entirely possible, but in the U.S., this would not fly. Again, I am a U.S.-based recruiter. Sometimes other countries have different ways of doing things, and I cannot be everywhere. So my big problem is I see almost nothing I want besides SQL and Python and cloud. SQL and Python. That's the only things I see that I want. I don't see cloud. You said cloud, but I need to know what kind of cloud. Like, is it AWS, is it GCP, or is it Azure? I don't know. You didn't tell me. I need to know more information of this, and there's just nothing here. Like, I really, like, this is my problem when people don't send me enough information, is like, I don't know how to review this because it's clearly there's nothing here that I need, right? The degree is good, but I don't care about the coursework. But like, how do I give you advice when there's nothing here? Like, there's no bullet points on Snow. There's no bullet points on data modeling or data lakes. There's no bullet points on what cloud you used. There's no things that show me that you can communicate data plans to non-technical people or meet multiple deadlines. There's nothing that shows me you've done DevOps or big data or what industry you're even in, or that you've used MS Office or AI. Right now, all I know is you have a cloud intern. Okay, so there's Azure at least. And that's it. Like, this is not related. I would not keep this. This is not related either. So maybe it's in the projects. No, there's nothing. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, yeah. This resume is almost completely blank, and you did not tell me enough information that I don't know what else to tell you, then there's nothing here. That's all I can do. Please give me more information so I can actually help you. Next resume. This is a resume of a project manager. So this resume actually is supposed to be okay. It's 1 in 75, so again, it's not great, but it's very close to being good. So for a project manager, what we need is details about how and why you did X. This is incredibly important. If you do not tell me how you did and the reason and result of you doing it, it doesn't count. In fact, the how and the reason and result is honestly more important than what you did in project managers. How you made things happen. In addition, I need PMP or CSM if you have it. If you don't have it, it's okay, but it's a big benefit if you do. Customers, stakeholders, agile, industry, and here I actually need numbers. Software engineers don't want numbers. Managers, including projects, do want numbers. I want to know the number of team members. I want to know if it's matrix, cross-functional. How many projects you had. What was the budget? How did you multitask? How you used the resources for success, and how you solved problems and influenced people. And then Jira, Confluence, MS Project, Asana, Monday, and Microsoft Suite. So that's what we need. So I'm expecting to find some of this, but it's not perfect. So 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay, degree, good. Project cert, good. Integration development, what? Design and deploy, okay, got it. Epic decision, can't say this means nothing. This is kind of okay. Why did you write it like this? This is so hard to read. Bottlenecks and technical document, okay. It's okay. You stop doing this. I don't know if this is AI or I don't know if this is some new thing, but if you write your resume like this, please stop. This is one of the most annoying and frustrating to read things where you put what you did up front, like integration development, and then say it. I hate it. It makes it so hard to read. Stop doing that. You know what you need to do instead? You need to just delete this part and just start with the actual sentence. Again, I don't know if this is some AI thing or not, but it's really, really hard to read. So stop putting this part first and tell me what you actually did in the sentence. Let me read what this person did. I don't think I would move forward with this. I used Notion to create a place for an applicant tracker. Okay, cool. I started using so many methods to find a job. I had multiple people change my resume. It's better to hear it from you as a recruiter. I definitely need help. Yeah, I don't know if this person actually got a 1 in 75. So you need to stop putting these things above it, and you did not follow my template. Remember, your experience, like, this is almost mine, but not. Remember, it should be here, right? Your actual thing should be here. And then stop with the random, why is this, this is so chaotic. It's like 18 different methods in one. And then stop with this first part here. All right, I need you to break this down into what you actually did, because I can't read this. This is hour almost 3.5 of reviewing resumes. My eyes hurt, my head hurts. I can't read this, and it's entirely possible the recruiter reading this is going to have the same reaction. This may be a 1 in 75 if I saw this first, but no, this is a nightmare to read. So I need you to go back to the drawing board. I need you to make you actually follow my format and not like half it. This is the format, this is not. And then I need you to make bullet points that show what you did, how you did it, and the reason to result. And I need to know what, because I don't know what you did as a project manager. You said you deployed HL7 APIs. Is that it? Is that it? It seems like that's it. See, this one is an okay sentence, right? This is not bad within scope. I like that. This is garbage. This is good. Again, garbage. Okay, but I need more. Like I really don't know if you used AI or not, but there's like no context, and the context is what gets you a job specifically for project manager. So that's all I can do for this resume. I hope it was at least helpful. You gotta give me more information. You gotta actually follow the format. But thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I actually had 4 successes on stream today. I had 4 people I got jobs and offers. So if you ever want to join the live stream and let me know every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlestheadhunter. I love hearing successes, and thank you all for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. And again, to my members, I want to give you another thanks. Thank you very much for supporting me. I'm a small channel, and I really, really do appreciate your support. So thank you very much. So until next time, I will see you all in the next video to get you ahead of your job search.